What's going on, guys? This is Matt again, or your sports station, and today I would like to address the quarterback situation down in San Francisco. I'm excited to talk about this because being a guy that grew up in Northern California and grew up being a 49er fan my entire life, I've grown up around the 49er culture and I've always admired the team. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about this today. Let's just say the media has been feasting on this for a while, on who Jim Harbaugh is going to start week in and week out. After being a little coy about it this week on who the starter will be, he announced not too long ago that Colin Kaepernick will again get to start and show what he can do. I mean, let's just take a look so far at what Colin Kaepernick has done so far this year. Thus far, he has completed about 65% of his passes with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, with wins against an always very tough Bears defense and against the Saints, who have struggled a bit this year, but is still a team that can play with anyone on any given night, really. I mean, what's been going on is not necessarily surprising to me personally with how I think Alex Smith has performed as a pro quarterback, but it is definitely kind of surprising after what Jim Harbaugh has always said about Alex Smith ever since he took over as the head coach. I mean, last year he strongly pointed out again and again that Alex Smith is his guy and will be the quarterback who will lead his team. He even stated prior to the Pro Bowl that last year that he thought Alex Smith had such a good year that he should have been on the Pro Bowl team. Now, coming up to the week that Alex Smith got hurt, Harbaugh was very similar to strongly sticking by him and happily doing so. In that the 49ers were playing very well. I mean, led by Alex Smith. Alex Smith at the time that he was injured had a 70% completion percentage, which was leading the NFL. But I mean, after how Harbaugh saw Kaepernick play during the tie game with the Rams, he obviously saw something in Kaepernick he was very intrigued by. His thinking must be that, yes, Alex Smith is a solid quarterback who, won't make a ton of mistakes and who can take us to the playoffs, but Kaepernick could possibly be that extra piece that not only will help them get to the playoffs, but will also lead them to a Super Bowl with a chance of, winning the Super Bowl possibly. But I mean, it's also tough to justify benching Alex Smith, who last year led the 49ers to which should have been a Super Bowl berth had they not let that game go, against the Giants. And also, a guy that led that historic drive, finishing with the amazing touchdown connection with Vernon Davis in the playoff game right before that. It's just hard to see why Harbaugh would immediately bench that guy for a player who is, 25 years old, who's just played very good in the 2 games he's started. And this is not anything against Colin Kaepernick at all, but he has not shown a ton yet, just in such a small sample size. But then again, although I think Alex Smith is a great guy, great locker room guy, and a good solid quarterback, I've always felt for a long time that he should only be a stepping stone quarterback for the 49ers until they can find someone better. And and immediately when they do, they have really no choice but to start that guy. But if you couldn't see this coming for a long time, you must not really have been paying attention. Because, this dates all the way back to last offseason when the 49ers were trying extremely hard to get Peyton Manning. And of course, yes, Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's set so many records, had so many MVPs, but, the 49ers are a relatively young team. Patrick Willis, Frank Gore, Vernon Davis, Michael Crabtree. That stacked defense that they have. Tons of players across the board, young talent. They're kind of one of those teams that are, on the rise. Obviously they're a contender right now, but they're also on the rise because they're only getting better. Peyton Manning, kind of an older quarterback, of course, just coming off of neck surgery. He only has a few more years probably to play in his career. Obviously, if I was the 49ers GM or someone making the decisions there, I would definitely, go for Peyton Manning as strong as possible because he would be the best. They're in a position to win now, and Peyton Manning would put them in that position to win now. But that was kind of the first sign that Jim Harbaugh's statement that Alex Smith was definitely his guy was indeed flawed, because all along he was kind of keeping his eyes open for that missing piece at the quarterback position. We'll just have to wait and see, though. As a 49er fan, I'm excited because we've known for years that Alex Smith was not really going to live up to the #1 draft pick hype that he had. He was possibly not even going to be good enough for more than being sort of like a lifetime backup. But, fortunately, we've learned that he can indeed start in the league. But, I'm excited because, I've always felt if average at a certain position is what you will be getting, sometimes taking a step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward is the right thing to do. So anyways, guys, that's about the end of this video. Thanks so much for listening. And again, this is Matt, or your sports station. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please take a second to give it a like rating or subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. And I promise to keep posting good videos. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments section below. And my channel is new, so comments or suggestions are very much appreciated. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.